Thank you very much for joining in. Joy is in your fucking heart. That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm just going to wait for people to join in. I'll be back in a minute. How's it going, man? Yo, yo, yo. Just gonna wait for people to join in. Joy is in your heart. Nowhere else, man. Yes, let's do it. Alright. Nice to have you here, man. SCEF4I. Get woke with JP. Myo Max 666. Life Detox Lisa, PJ 1980. Much love. Let's see who's gonna be able to stand the fucking drum and bass vibe. Woo! Cause you know what? A lot of people are gonna hate us, and the right people are gonna love us. Us dreamers. Right, Steve? People have read my book, you know what I'm talking about. We're the dreamers. Dreamers of the dream, man. Let's see who's going to join us. I'm going to go and grab some water. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Live the dreamers, how we doing? So, much love, thank you very much for joining in. It's nice when you look in the mirror because it's like a mirror, you can sort yourself out. LD Valere, how's it going? Nick Steele, thank you very much for joining in. People are still joining in. So let's keep listening to some drum and bass. That's my book, man. Live the dream. Let's read something out of it. Let's read something out of my book. STE, you got a favorite topic? favorite one? Let's go to the truth, 23. Page 23. In this 3D reality, the truth is whatever you believe. There is no right or wrong. That's why I do not do debates. I do not waste time and energy. Just a battle of perspectives. In the eternal and timeless realms, there's only eternal truths that apply for everything that remain in existence. The truths here are universal laws interplaying, some of which apply in 3D reality, some of which do not. Your truth is what you make it. But the eternal mind of God is the ultimate reality and truth. We are that and expressions of truth. So, the almighty truth is firstly God's spirit has evolved and expressed itself as you and me. God's spirit. So God's spirit is in you. In your life is made of God's spirit. God's spirit. And if you do not make the most of your fucking life and harness that spirit, you're wasting your fucking life. It's that simple. God has given us the ability to be in this dream and actually be very lucid fucking participants within a dream. Imagine you had that much control over your dreams at night time. Wouldn't you be having so much fun? Well, you do with lucid dreaming, but it's not as lucid as this. We can control our thoughts. We can direct our thoughts. We can direct our energy. We can direct everything. We can focus on the shit or forget about the shit. So there's a lot of people in this world which are going to hate us dreamers because we're living the dream. But do not let them take you away, because they haven't woken up to the fact they're in the dream yet. Right? So my book, Live the Dream, is all about the dream consciousness and living it to the fullest. Right? Living it to the fullest. This is why once you know you're the dreamer of the dream, you got to live life with energy. This is why everything I do is practical. My book is a practical. There's 12 Jungian archetypes we live by. We swear by as Live the Dreamers. We swear by it. If anybody's new to this is my book, Live the Dream. It's less than 80 pages long and it's purposely like that because there's too much bullshit out there. You do not need more information. You need to make this truth very simple, easy to understand and easy to apply and live. If you're not able to do that with the truth, then it's fucking pointless. It's fucking useless. It's fucking useless. People will think we're crazy. People think I'm crazy. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Because this is my dream. This is my motherfucking dream. I control shit. I control my life. I control my destiny. And everyone that takes the same perspective and takes the teachings on in this book, you will take control of your life. And you will love yourself and people will love you. The right people will love you, just like the right people are loving me. But there's going to be a lot of people hating me, right? So there's only going to be a few of us that are really going to take control. Like a lot of people are going to come into this live, they're going to be like, wow, this guy's fucking crazy. And that's exactly what we want. You know why? Because as I've put this quote up many times, there's going to become a time in this world where people are going to go crazy. And those people that have gone crazy, they're going to look at the ones that are not crazy and call them crazy. We're not the crazy ones just because we've woken up. We ain't the crazy ones just because we're taking control of our dream and we're full of joy. We're not the crazy ones. It's those that don't get it. They're the fucking crazy ones. Leave them alone. Right? Share the message. That's what I'm doing here on my page. I share the message. But some people are going to get it and some people it's going to be woo, straight over the head. You can't do anything about that, my friends. It's not your job to teach people. It's not my job to teach people. It's my job to love people. And love will teach people. It's that simple. My job is just to love people. Love myself and love others. And others, the right people, are going to love me for who I am. And the wrong people are going to hate me for who I am. And that's just the nature of reality, man. Right? And, you know, with living your life freely and having freedom and expressing yourself completely and freely, unapologetically, people ain't gonna get it, man, because the majority are not doing that. Their minds have been hijacked, which is another point I'll bring up from my book, right? Another thing I'll bring up from my book. Well, perception of others. Let's read that one. Perception of others. We must be fully responsible for how we feel. We must let go of attempting to change others' perceptions of us. Like, we have to express who we are, not what we want other people, what other people want us to be. You have to express yourself completely and fully. Like, if you're not finding joy in life, you're probably not being yourself. Like, people keep going on about finding yourself. You do not need to fucking find yourself. You are you. You need to express yourself. There's no finding yourself. You was born you. God's spirit was born into you. Life was pushed into this body from God. You are not separate from that. It's not that we are God, it's God is us. That's what you got to get. God is expressing himself through you, as he's expressing himself through me. But the more I allow it, the more magic happens. It's all about allowing. So living the dream, getting that it's a dream, and then allowing it to come through. The energy is there in abundance, man. Right? The other stuff I teach, the breath work, the qigong, all a part of it. But that's my thing, man. That's my vibe. Right? But find your vibe, man. Find your vibe. Remember to express who you are. Express who you are. Like, I like my drum and bass music. Some people have come on this page and they were like, drum and bass, hip hop music, higher consciousness, don't get it. Which, you know, I do the relaxation sessions, I'll have meditation music on. But then some people will get that because they think, they associate higher consciousness and spirituality with, right? So when they see drum and bass and hip hop, they're like, what? What the fuck's going on here? This is why people ain't gonna get it. It's illogical to some. It's illogical, but it's illogical that will win in the end. Because it's logic that keeps you constrained within your fucking box. To be out of the box, to live dangerously, you got to live on the edge of your comfort zone. Not stay within comfort. That's comfortable. That's not living. Being comfortable is not living. Being in the box just to please everyone else is not fucking living. That's being what everybody else wants you to be. And you will never find joy in your heart if you're not being yourself authentically. The reason I have a lot of energy a lot of the time, I mean, I've not even eaten today. I've been fasting. Actually, I broke my fast with some fasting salts. You don't need food for energy. I'm a breatharian. Yes, you need food. But you do not need as much food as people have been fucking made to believe they need. This is how I lost 35 pounds in the last 8 months. Because I was getting fat because I was doing what everybody else was doing. Being a lazy motherfucker and eating nonsense. You got to stop thinking like everyone else. If you don't want to be in misery like the 99.9% of the fucking world, which are pretending they're happy and they're not. Because happiness ain't it, mate. Happiness ain't it. Pleasure does not bring you happiness. Pleasure brings you temporary happiness. Anything you do for pleasure, like you do not need to go on a fucking holiday to live the dream. Right? You don't need to have fancy cars to live the dream. You don't need a fancy house. There's kids on the streets of India full of joy every fucking day and they ain't got a penny to their name. And there's people with a roof over their head in countries all over the fucking world complaining that they're not happy. Miserable fucking bastards. Right? This is me. I'm a foul-mouthed guru. I swear. I listen to drum and bass. I listen to hip hop. I'm not changing for fucking anyone. But that's how I stay happy. And I know a lot of people ain't going to accept me for who I am. Fuck them. That's their problem. The right people will, and they're gonna see through the exterior. I've had people jump in my lives before and they say, oh, you look like a Grand Theft Auto thief just because I've got a chain on. You know, I purposely keep that chain up, right? Because I do not need to look like a guru to be a guru. Okay? I'm not your teacher. I'm only here to love you and teach you my ways, and you either vibe with it or you don't. If you don't, you fuck off. No harm to me, right? That's the way it goes, man. And that's how we keep living the dream and vibing higher, because we just don't give a fuck about anyone that don't understand us. If they don't get you, fuck them. They don't need to be in your life. There's more than enough people out there that you can vibe with that can be in your life. Somebody don't get you, fuck them off. You don't get me on this page, fuck off. I don't need to have you here. Don't waste my fucking time. You know, that's just the way it goes. That's the way we vibe. We ain't got time for nonsense. This life's fucking pendulum is swinging, man. My dream is expiring. At some point, I'm not letting anyone take that energy away from me with their fucking nonsense. You know, if you don't like me, that's your problem. But I love me, and the right people are going to love me. And that's the way it goes, right? So perception of others, the perception of ourselves is the only thing that matters. If others take time and energy to form negative perceptions of you, please do not let that perception become influential on your own positive vibration and energy. This is from my book, Live the Dream. Okay, the link is in the bio. Okay, it's on Kindle, it's only $4.99. Okay, paperback is also there. Without a doubt, so this book, I do these lives for people that are reading my book, but people that haven't read my book, is fine, you can join in. But people that have read my book, you know, get these concepts. So, where was we? Perception of others. I lost my page. Without a doubt, as you raise your vibration, there will be those that will be trying to bring your vibration back to their lower level. Do not let that happen. Always protect your energy and yourself. So without a doubt, when you're vibrating higher, when somebody else is vibrating lower, and the majority of the world is vibrating lower, I mean, look at me and look at the majority. Like, people just look at me and they just see my energy and they're like, wow. Like, they either get scared and run away, or they get attracted. Only one or two things happen. They either get afraid. Like, I've asked some people to do lives with me. It's so fucking funny. Like, people to do lives, and they get scared because of my energy. It's too high for them. My energy is too high. But is that going to stop me from being high energy? Just because they're low energy and vibrating low? No. Because this is my fucking dream. I've only got one life here in this dream. This is it. I'm living it. I'm not letting anyone take that away from me. And no one should you should never let anyone take that away from you, because this is your time to shine. The pendulum is swinging. The dream expiration date is set. When that is going to be, only God knows. But God has already expressed life into your vessel. God has expressed, it's not we are God, God is us. God has expressed himself as billions of people on this planet, and 99.9% of them are asleep and haven't woken up to the fact they're in the dream. And they're the dreamers of the dream. Right? This is the only reason I do a lot of stuff. It's not to show off, because I actually fucking do it. Because my thing is, if you can, you can. And that's it. Like, I've got a slip disc and a problem with sciatica. Am I still working out and going to the gym? Am I still going for my walks? Of course I fucking am. Because if you ain't moving, you're dying. Like, we're fruits. We're fruits. And a fruit can either grow or flower. It can either blossom or it can die. We're already dying. The question is, are you living? Because just being alive doesn't mean you're living. 99.9% of this world is alive, but they're not living. And that's why they're not full of joy. Joy comes from in the heart. Joy comes from in the heart. And when you help other people find that joy, you get more joy. So this is why on my deathbed, I don't take the money in my bank account. I just take the love in my heart. And the love in my heart is the love for myself and the love for other people. That's the only thing that matters. And the day I let someone else ruin my energy or take my energy away from me and let them limit me or make me doubt myself, because this happens. Like, people don't like you, you start thinking there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you ever. Ever. You are perfect just the way you are. We are born in God's image, the way God wanted us to be. However that is. That is the way you're meant to be. You don't need anything to find joy. You don't need to look better. You don't need to have a new car. You do not need to have a new house. You do not need to go on a holiday. You can be in joy from the moment you wake up just by understanding you're the dreamer of the dream. This is why the concept of my book is so important. When you fully understand you're the dreamer of the dream, you have all the energy, just like a child. When you was a child, you needed nothing to have joy. You just needed you to be there and to be alive. You would find joy in everything. You would find joy in playing. In India, kids, they play with the bike tire, the tire of a bike. It's come off, it's broken. The bike is broken. They get a stick and they hit, it's called gulli danda. They hit the bike wheel and roll it around with a stick. They find joy in the broken bike, right? There's kids in the streets of India with nothing, homeless, and they're full of joy every day. And we have people on this planet, in every country in this fucking world, miserable because they've been manipulated to believe that they need something outside of them to find joy. And that is the exact word, you've been manipulated to believe. So this is also in my book, one of the topics, Dysfunctional Humans, page 28. Right, if you have my book, read this out to yourself. Right, page 28. Dysfunctional humans. We live in a world full of dysfunctional human beings. Broken equipment, if you will. With the majority having no control over their minds and completely controlled by fear of what people might think or say, and also the fear of what people think is right and wrong. How did humanity get so sick and dysfunctional in the ability to control their own minds? How? Because they've been manipulated. They've been manipulated. Right? Another topic for my book, Dream World has been hacked. This is our dream world. And we have been hacked to live like slaves in a system. Well, the majority. We haven't. We dreamers have woken up. Right? Live the dreamers. We've woken up to the fact we're in a dream. We're the dreamers of the dream. But the majority, 99.9% of the world is still, they're acting like slaves to the system. Because their dream world has been hacked. Their mind has been hijacked. So this dream world, we have been hacked to live like slaves in a system. But it's a dream and we should all be enjoying it, doing whatever we want and whenever we want. Fuck the system and the society and its ways. Okay, this is the rebel in me, right? Which is one of the archetypes in the book. We can live a better dream if everyone realized it's a dream world to enjoy together. Because God made this world for us to enjoy. Now people are complaining about it because they're getting caught up with, look, they're concerned with the lies that the government tells. Who gives a fuck about that? I've known the government's been lying to me since I've been 18 years old. I'm 44 years old now. It's like new people have only newly discovered it in the last couple of years with the pandemic. I mean, fucking hell, look. That's a late wake up. But at least you've woken up. To some extent. That's what we call woke. It's not awakened. There's a big difference between awakened and awoke. Woke is just rubbing the eyes right now. Awakened is you're truly awakened and you know you're in control. They was never in control. If everyone realized it's a dream world to enjoy together, because this is our playground. God's made a playground for us here. To enjoy the world. If you're focused on complaining, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? That's a choice. Remember, you're choosing misery. You're choosing to not enjoy the playground. We all wake up to find this out in the end anyway. Now, if you don't make the most of it this time around, there's a thing called rebirth. Okay, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. But the fact is, if you don't wake up to the fact you're supposed to enjoy this life this time around, you'll just keep coming back until that lifetime where you do wake up to the fact and you realize, wait a minute, I'm only here to enjoy it. Like some people call it suffering. There is suffering in this world, but the pain and suffering is only there for you to learn from. It's your opportunity to grow. Because every problem that we've ever had, I've ever had, and I've had a lot of problems, and I continue to have problems. I just do not label them as problems. I just see them as things that happen that I need to deal with. And I deal with them. Because I've always dealt with problems. And those problems that have come in my life so far for 44 years, I've dealt with every single fucking one of them. None of them has ever come back. So I know I can deal with problems, and you can deal with problems, because I guarantee every single fucking one of you have had problems and you've dealt with them. So you have no problem dealing with problems, and suffering is only a part of this dream world for you to grow so that you can dream better, live better. Right? I've lost loved ones, my brother, my dad, my grandfather, my grandma. Right? I've lost things, but this only helped me detach, because this is all illusion. I had to detach from the illusion. Everything and even everyone in it. I'm illusion too, in that sense. I only exist in this world. Just like I said the other day, right? When you listen to a song, the music's coming out the speaker. There might be someone singing the song in the track you're listening to, but the singer is not inside the speaker. Just like me, my true eternal self, my eternal mind and soul, because we're immortal beings. We're eternal minds and souls, as again in my book, Eternal Minds and Souls. Eternal minds and souls. Immortal. Immortal. In that sense. Because our real true self is non-local. That's what's having the dream. This is just the dream expression. Just like when you have a dream at night time, you'll sleep on your bed. But in your dream, you're not sleeping in your bed. You're in the dream interacting with the reality that your mind has created. Right? So you're interacting with the reality that your mind has created. This is the same. Because how are you experiencing this reality? Only through your five senses. The ability to see, hear, taste, smell, and feel. Now the sixth sense, the open third eye, helps you see it more vividly and through the illusion. You see through the illusion. Right? Like Neo in the Matrix. Like firstly he just sees all the illusion. When he realizes it's not real, he just sees the code. So seeing through the illusion is understanding it's just a dream consciousness. Just like it is at night time. It only seems a lot more solid and real because everyone's having the same fucking dream. Or the dream of the same place. But what happens in your mind is your dream. What happens in somebody else's mind is their dream. So do not try to control anybody else's dream. Just focus on your dream. And help others understand that they're also in a dream if they're ready to receive that information. Because if they are, they will awaken to it, and this will be their lifetime to awaken from it. And more than likely, they won't need to come back again to this realm either. Because this will be the last time I'm coming back here. Because when you're enlightened to it, you get a chance to live it to the fullest. There's no more joy to be found. Like this is when you wake up every morning just like the child. So you spring up out of bed. You can't wait to take your day on. It doesn't matter what job you do. Doesn't matter what you do, because everything you do can become enjoyable. I mean, I've got people that live in this concept. Some people are bricklayers, builders. Some people are in the stock market. Some people are dentists. Some people are in IT. Doesn't matter. Some people work in retail. It doesn't matter what job you do. They're living the dream. So this is not about getting a better job. You do not need anything. You do not need to gain anything. Like, you do not need to get any more money. You do not need to get a better job. You don't need to get a better house. The joy is in your heart from knowing that you're the dreamer of the dream. and you start expressing that, remembering that you can't please anyone here, okay? You don't need to. You just need to be you, because this is your dream and you need to express yourself fully. This is why you've probably heard that song before, Express Yourself, right? Such a wonderful song, because it's just express yourself. Like, that's where joy is found, in self-expression. True joy is found in the art of self-expression. You express who you are. Unapologetically. Like, do not worry about how it's perceived. Do not worry about how it's perceived. Unapologetically. Do not apologize for being you to anyone. As I said, there's going to be people that do not like me. And some of you are going to love me, some of you are going to hate me. Some of you here right now are hating me, some of you are loving me. I can feel it. But I do not care about you that are hating me, because the only reason you would hate me is because there's something within you that hates something about yourself that you find in me that you like. Hear that again. Okay, that's the only reason. People, jealousy, actually I've got a thing on jealousy in my book too. Okay, jealousy, okay? So there's a topic on jealousy. So yeah, people are only going to be jealous because people are only going to be jealous. Jealousy, what is jealousy? Jealousy is somebody perceiving someone else and not liking something about them. That is never your problem. That is only the perceiver's problem, because its perception is a projection. You got to remember, perception is a projection. So everything that somebody else perceives is only filtered through their beliefs and values, not your beliefs and values. So they do not have the same beliefs. They do not have the same values as you. So they do not like the same things as you, necessarily. And they do not have the same beliefs as you. So for them to accept you, generally their beliefs and values have to be in alignment. And a lot of people, beliefs and values will not be in alignment. So that is never your problem, because they choose to believe and value something else. So when someone is jealous of you or they hate you, because in my business, as a stock market trader, as a coach since 2005, as a therapist, I've been in the public arena. In that world, people love me and they hate me. Some people hate me. But do I care? It's not hate. They're jealous. It's jealousy. And what jealousy is somebody else perceiving you through their beliefs and values, not understanding you. But if you look at it deeper, why would someone be jealous? It's because they want something you have. Maybe the way you act, right? More than likely it's the way you are. They're jealous of the way you are, and they're missing that in themselves. Now, I personally don't do jealousy. If I find something I like in someone, I mirror it. There's a thing, a neuro-linguistic programming technique called mirroring, right? Where NLP is a study of excellence. So basically, the best people in their field, like Milton Erickson, a hypnotherapist, and other people, okay, in all different areas of life, basically NLP, they studied these people. It's a study of excellence, and found what made these people so good at what they do. Right? And as they were looking into this, they found one of the things that you can do to become better yourself is to mirror the qualities of those people that you like. So jealousy and hating people is never going to serve you. So we, as the Live the Dreamers, we do not do jealousy. We do not do debates. We do not do hate. It's all about love, 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 love. So anyone that comes on my page, hate, jealousy, fuck off. I'm not about that. It's only love, right? We only do love. We do not do debates. We do not do arguments. We do not do jealousy. We do not do hate. We only do love here, right? You either vibe with that or you don't, okay? And in this world, some people ain't going to get it. They're too miserable to get it. They don't want to be full of joy. Leave them to it. Let them be miserable, But some of them you're going to find, okay, I can maybe help this person be full of joy. Okay? And what happens when you help people, when you touch other people's hearts, not only does it fill your heart with more joy, it fills their heart with joy. So you remember, when your light is lit, you can light as many more candles as you like. Once your fire is lit and you're lit, you're lit up. I'm lit up. You can see it in my eyes. You can see it in my energy. Okay, and some people are going to feel it and some people are going to hate it. Most people are going to hate it because they want it. But don't let that take you away. I know that. That's not ego. That's just the reality of it, man. Fucking hell. That's just the reality. Alright? When you start vibrating higher yourself, if you're not already, you'll notice it yourself. Okay? As you become more famous, more known, in industries as well, you get more hate. It's just a known thing. Like in the stock trading industry, I'm pretty famous in that industry. This is industry, I'm not an industry. This is just my fucking page. Right? But there are haters. But you got to love your haters because they've got their own problems. They hate because they've got problems. Do not let their problems become your problems. Never. Because that will only take you away from your joy in your heart. So remember, we do not need anything from outside of ourselves to find joy. Because if you keep worrying, the reason I have to keep bringing this up, the perception of others, because what stops you from expressing yourself fully, completely, unapologetically, is the perception. You might believe or limit yourself because of what other people might think. Right? And you can't allow that. Because what that creates is limitations, and it creates doubt, and it creates fear. Like you start thinking, I shouldn't be this way because that person might not like me. I shouldn't say this because that person might not like it. You can't be thinking like that to express yourself completely and fully. This is why me here, like when I'm doing my stock market trading coaching and stuff, sometimes I'm in professional environments. I've got to watch my language. Here, it's my page. I swear, fuck, shit, whatever. Right? I've had people come on here my live before and say like, why are you swearing? Because I like swearing. Right? It's me. If you don't like it, fuck off. It's that simple. Right? You don't have to be here. It's that fucking simple. Right? And some people will be like, oh, okay, this guy's cocky and fuck off. Which is good because you don't want that. You don't need that. I don't need it. I'd rather somebody think that I'm cocky and fuck off out of my life rather than try to limit me. Right? That's how it works. Do not give a shit what anybody thinks. Please do not. Because that will limit you. It'll hold you back. I do not give a fuck. That's why I get a lot of shit done. And I'm going to keep having successes. Okay? Success is not about financial wealth. I'm talking about success. It's the self-development. Growth in yourself. In your mindset. Your level of discipline. Your level of knowledge. Your level of wisdom. Your level of self-esteem. Because if you don't have self-esteem and self-confidence, because some people say, okay, because they got the wrong idea of ego. Remember, ego is your limited self. Ego is not like feeling self-confident. This is not ego. This is self-confidence. There's nothing wrong with self-esteem and self-confidence. Do not confuse that for ego. Because some people wrongly label that their ego. They have ego. It's not. They have self-confidence and you're fucking jealous. Okay, get it right. They have self-confidence and you're jealous. Understand what ego is. Ego is your lower self, which doesn't allow for you to become self-confident. That's what ego is. That holds you back from being your higher self. Your higher self should be confident. Your higher self should be full of energy. Your higher self should feel good about itself. And that's what you need to align with. Come into alignment with congruence with that. Right? Some people are going to like it. Some people are going to hate it. As I said, the wrong people are going to hate it. The wrong people. They do not need to be there. They're the ones that are going to chew on you, try to take your energy away. You're better off them not being there anyway. So we need to filter them people out. Like I need to filter them out on my page. I do not need that energy here. Really do not. I'm living my fucking dream. I want people that want the same. I want people that want to vibe high, live the dream, do not care about perception of others, want to be confident, want to have energy, and that is it. and they want to live this dream to the fullest. And that's just it. That's my vibe. You either get it or you don't. So, you know, this is what we say vibe. Like, people have a vibe or a character, right? That's who you are, but you got to express it fully, completely. Like, to be full of joy. Remember, joy comes from within. You don't need anything outside yourself. Just being yourself. There's no, people keep talking about finding yourself. You do not need to find yourself. Why would you need to find yourself when you are already you? It doesn't make any sense. You've only got to express yourself because it's already there. And express yourself without fear, without limitations, without doubts. And most of those limitations, fears, and doubts is because you're worried about what somebody else or the world might think. Fuck the rest of the world, right? In that sense, okay? Not saying like as in we don't care about people. No, we love people, but we got to love ourselves first to completely and fully love other people. Like, I can't be helping people here if I'm not in a good place. If I don't have energy and I don't feel confident, I can't help people, man. If I'm depressed, I can't help people. If I'm low vibe and low energy, I can't help people. But when I'm high energy, I can get shit done and I can help people. When I'm vibrating higher, I can get shit done, I can help people. And there's only 4 things I really focus on connecting with: music, love, nature, and breath. So breath work is my big thing, right? My breath work is through the mouth because it's about vibrating higher. It's not about relaxation, meditation. Right? Living the dream takes energy. And we need to vibrate higher. So I'm all for relaxing meditation, to let go, to detach. But remember, relaxing meditation and detaching can also make you miserable if you forget to live life. So we have a lot of people in what some people label as a spiritual community which do not understand this concept of relaxation. Is yin and yang. Let go, do nothing, and yang, then do everything. Yin is let go, passive, receive, allow, just be. That's there's 2 modes to be in, right? So in my book, again, at the back, to manage energy, what I recommend, state management. Okay, because energy is everything. Everything is energy. In this dream, everything is just energy. People, things, everything is just energy. You are just energy. We have a positive and negative charge just like any battery. So this is why you need to get grounded every day, because you are electrically charged. Negative, positive charge. So just like a plug socket, like if you have a plug, right? There's a plug, right? A plug socket, a plug in the UK has 3 wires. One of the wires, one is a live wire, right? One is an earthing wire. I forgot what the other one is. Okay. Yeah, anyway. One is for earthing or grounding. Because it's electrical plug socket, it's electrical. It needs to be grounded. Just like you're electrical, this is why I do grounding. Okay? Or earthing. So in my stories, you'll often see me walking on my grass in my garden with nothing on my feet. So I can connect with Mother Gaia to ground my electrical charge in my body. Very simple thing. Only takes a minute or 2. That's it. Done. You're grounded. But it's a daily ritual. So I've got daily rituals, right? For energy. Breathwork. KAMBO breathwork. On themindandmatter.com. 8 modules completely free. Anyone can start it and do it. But the reason that breathwork course is there, and the breathwork is there, is because you need energy. And that breathwork activates higher consciousness by activating your pineal gland. Because the cerebral spine fluid travels up the spine, activates your pineal gland, and you feel it right away within 3 minutes. So I do that exercise throughout the day, but at least every morning, afternoon, evening, at least 3 times. But I generally do it whenever I need energy, or whenever I feel I need energy. Like before a workout, it's my pre-workout. I'll do my KAMBO breath work. So it's not a relaxing meditation. This is to live the dream better. So you need tools to live the dream better. So God provided me not only the knowledge to write this book during enlightenment, because this book was downloaded and written within 3 weeks and then published last year, June 2021, after my enlightenment experience. So then I was taught the tools, the breath work, how to do the breath work through the mouth, not the nostrils for energy. Then I was taught bring my Qigong back, which commotion Qigong I've actually been doing since 2015, but Qigong in general I've been doing over 15 years. But commotion Qigong, my own Qigong, which is movement to music. Again, music is rhythm, everything is music. Life is just an orchestra, man. Well, life is the song, God is the orchestrator. We're just the instruments within the song, which we're also playing our own song. We can play it to the song of life, or we can play it completely out of rhythm. So you got to get in flow. The Tao is the way of the life, or the Tao is the way of the universe. So there's a natural flow. It's just happening. So, you know, as I say, we have to just connect with unconscious intelligence. Unconscious intelligence is already there. You're born with it. Unconscious intelligence. This is what I speak from. This is what I live from. I live unconsciously, not consciously. What I mean is unconscious of the unconscious, because the unconscious mind is the powerful one. It's running 99% of you. That's why you feel like you're out of control sometimes, but you haven't tapped into the power of the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind runs your body, every blood pumping through my body because of the intelligence of my unconscious mind. My heart is pumping because of the intelligence of the unconscious mind. I'm breathing because of the intelligence of my unconscious mind. I can consciously take control of breath. I can't consciously take control of blood flow. I can't consciously control my heartbeats. There's some things you can't control consciously. That's why most of life is unconscious. Just like your dream at night time, most of it's unconscious. Most of it you can't control. You have to flow with it. But there's parts of it you can control. There's no difference in this life. Most of this life you can't control. But what you can control, if you focus on that, is fucking magical. So I only focus on what I can control. I understand there's a lot I can't control in this dream, just like any dream at night time. But if I focus on what I can control, I master it. I'm the master of my dream. I'm the master of this life. And I'll continue to master it. You have a look when I started this page. I physically looked different. I was a lot fatter. And I told people back then, June 2021, watch me grow, watch me develop. And I will enlighten you along the way to what's possible. Because I knew God was going to show me the way, and He continues to show me the way, as long as I do not give up on that faith, that connection, and that belief. Because once you know God, I don't believe in God, I fucking know God. You have to experience God. And I know God is in me expressing Himself. Just like He's expressed Himself into every single one of you here. But you either connect with it and live knowing that, or you don't. It's as simple as it gets. And if you don't, you don't. You don't have to. Like, there's no like, that's the free will. God gave you the life. God gave you life with His Spirit. You didn't make it happen. You didn't create a business plan to come alive. You're not making a business plan to leave this world either. God's making that plan. You got to remember, we're co-creators. We're not the creator. We're co-creators. So state management. Everything is energy, right? So your state of mind defines the way you will be in life at any time. Raise awareness of your state. So you state your state at all times consciously. So your state of mind is what controls how you are being. Your state. State. And you are in control of your state of mind. You can consciously control your state of mind. Most of it's physiology. Right? In neuro-linguistic programming, we learn 55% of your state of mind is down to physiology. 55% is down to your physiology. 38% down to the language. meaning your programming language in your mind. So without even changing the programming language in your mind, you can control 55% of your state. So this is why what I realize is if I just, this other 7% is words. So the words you use. That's why I don't worry too much about the words I use. Okay? Because it's the context that matters. The language. How are those words arranged? Like, you can have the same words and they can mean something completely different. Like, Johnny, the dog bit Johnny, or Johnny bit the dog. Same words, different meaning. Right? So words have to be put into context, into a language, for them to really have an effect. They have to be put into context. So within context, that's understanding. That's how we understand shit, the language. So most of the unconscious mind is just programming language. It's conditioning. You've been conditioned to think the way you think. So the reason a lot of people can't control their thoughts, or control their unconscious thoughts at least, is because it's conditioning, it's programming. But you can take control. Neuro-linguistic programming is all about that. That's why I became a master neuro-linguistic programming practitioner in 2006. I became an NLP practitioner in 2005, and I thought this is awesome. And I did the master practitioner in 2006, and a timeline therapy master practitioner course. So I've been doing that therapy myself, using it myself to master my mind for trading stock markets and every business and everything else I touch. So this is about self-mastery. This ain't no dilly-dallying about. This is about self-mastery for the serious people. Now, unfortunately, majority of this world is not serious about this. They're not doers. They're just listeners and watchers. They read too many books. That's why my book is less than 80 pages and it's a practical. It's just fucking get the information, learn it. This is it. That's all you need to know. Now do the fucking practical. That's it. Don't need any more information. Information is a disease. Too much information is a fucking disease. Information overload. You just won't know what the fuck to do, and you will forget about living life. Keep it fucking simple. Keep it simple, man. Do not become diseased to think you need to know more. You do not need to know more. When you was a child, you knew fuck all, and you were still enjoying life. Become like a child again. Become a lot more fun. So living this dream is about enjoyment. And having joy in your heart is just being understanding that you're in control here. You're the dream of the dream. There's shit you can't control, but don't focus on that. Focus on what you can control. Focus on what you can control, and you will remain in control. Right, so every morning I get up. First thing, go for a walk in nature. Walk in the countryside. Okay, do my breath work, go for a walk. Listen to some motivational music or some good music just to get my vibe up. Right? How you start your day defines how you live your day. And life is just a series of fucking days. So to live a better life, it's very simple. Start your morning correctly. Get your day arranged. Journal. Write down what you're going to focus on today. What's important to get done today to live your life to the fullest. Now, people don't even do a simple task like that. And yet they're looking for more information. Just do the simple shit. Get up early. Write down what you need to focus on the day and focus on getting shit done. I mean, if you can't do that, you do not need any more information. You need to develop discipline to do what you're supposed to be fucking doing. Like, that's it. Like, discipline is key. More information, don't need it. That's why I'm saying, like, on Instagram, I'm on social media here. I was not on Instagram before this page. Okay, commotion page, but I only used to post my commotion qigong videos here and there. But I do not consume information too much. Okay, I'll watch a few things here, especially jokes and laughs. I love that stuff because laughing is important, like having a laugh. Right, so I love comedy and I love funny stuff. But any nonsense like conspiracy theory shit, anything that's going to take me away and develop fear, fuck that shit. There's too much bollocks out there. Like, I mean, you see so many people on Instagram just talking nonsense. Have no fucking clue. Seriously. So much nonsense. You got to be careful what you're taking in. Because if you just keep filling your head up with nonsense, you're never going to figure it out. You need to let go of all that shit. Let go of it, man. It's really, really simple. You're in a dream. That's the truth. You're going to wake up from it as an internal mind and internal soul. You'll understand your true self. But if you want to gain enlightenment to your true self and higher self like I did in this lifetime, God will only show you the way, because you can't make it happen. God shows you the way, the creator. There's only one creator. He has many names. We're all connected to that one creator. But you got to remember that you got to be full of joy to gain enlightenment. You can't be miserable. You can't be complaining. You can't be focused on nonsense. You got to be full of joy, because God needs to see, the divine needs to see that you have appreciated the gift that he has given you, or she, whatever you want to call it. It has given you this life. It has expressed life into you so that you can live it to the fullest. The breath, without it I'm dead. I appreciate breath because without it I'm dead. That's why I do my breath work every day. I appreciate God because he gave me life and he's going to take it away from me. I'm not in control of that. So God has expressed himself as me. I'm not God. God is me. There's a difference. And God is all of you. That's what you need to understand. It's not anywhere to be found anywhere else. It's already in you. Okay? But understand, in this illusion, the singer of the song is not here. The singer of the song is not in the speaker. You look inside the speaker, you're not going to see the singer. You watch the television, the characters on the television, you look inside the TV and break it apart, you're not going to find those characters. You're not going to find God inside this body, because it's non-local. It's been expressed from another dimension into this three-dimensional reality. God, the infinite intelligence, and the true higher self. True higher self is a ninth dimensional thing. It's not even three-dimensional. It's not a physical world. Your higher self doesn't exist in a three-dimensional world. This is only for experience. Just like a dream world, as I said. It's only for experience. And that experience should be joyful. The only reason it's not joyful is because your minds are being manipulated by the powers that be. For the most part, most people have been made to believe since school that they need to study and then work and then achieve to get happy. No. As I said, there's homeless kids in India full of joy every day. They don't have a penny. They never went to school, don't have a job, never will, might not ever have a job. But they're going to be full of joy, and yet we're going to have miserable fucking bastards all around the world with jobs, with fucking houses, with cars, complaining that they have no control, because that's what they've... If you watch what's happening, it's actually really funny from a dreamer's perspective, because even all the conspiracy theorists like realizing there's all lies out there, and now they're sharing more lies. It's nonsense. Fucking nonsense. It's just a dream, and everything in it is illusion. Once you get that, you fully wake up. Like, seriously, you can choose to believe whatever the fuck you want. And as long as you choose to believe it, it becomes your truth. It's that simple. Right, so vibing high, the joy is in your heart. You're born with it. Like, you have to wake up every morning. Like, this is a dream, man. I'm in it. Let's live it. That's why my book is called Live the Dream. There's nothing more to get. There's nothing more to get. Don't focus on the details. No need to focus on anything else. You can't get that concept. You're in the dream and living it with joy. You know, it's going to be tough, man. Don't need to be tough. It's a choice. You can choose misery or you can choose joy as soon as you wake up. And as long as it's actually very easy to switch from misery and depression to joy, you just got to do something. Like, you're sitting in your ass like a lazy fucker every day, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be depressed. Because human beings are born to fucking move. You're energetic beings. If you ain't moving, energy ain't flowing. So this is why exercise makes you feel good. Right? First thing in the morning, get your fucking ass up and walk. If you feel miserable. If you don't feel joy, get your ass up and walk. First thing in the morning. You will find joy straight away. There's nothing just from getting up early and going for a walk. If you're not already doing that, you'll find joy. You're already doing that, you'll find joy in other things. Get around nature. Watch the beauty. Like, why are you focusing on the nonsense? Because that's what the powers that be want you to do. Look at how many woke people are on the streets with their banners, fighting against the system. That's what they want. They've got you. They hijacked your mind to make you believe you're not already free. So people are on the street saying, I want my freedom. Listen, you're already fucking free. This is your dream. Your dream got hijacked. And you lost control. And now you're fighting for your freedom when you're already fucking free. It's crazy, man, what's happening in this world. People just need to wake the fuck up. You're in a dream. You're the dreamer of the dream. The devil can only fuck with the illusion. And if you're caught up with the illusion, you can be fucked with. It's that simple. So, as Buddha said, attachment is the root of all suffering. You're attached to the nonsense. You're attached to the illusion. And all the nonsense in it. All the misinformation. It's all fucking information. Everything is information. I'm information. The only reason you can see me is because you know how to decode information. You need to see like Neo in the Matrix. You need to see through the fucking illusion. Everything here is illusion, man. You're just decoding it. And you can choose to see it however the fuck you want. You can choose to like me or hate me. I do not give a fuck. I love me. You can either choose to see me or hear me or not. You can either choose to focus on the nonsense or choose to focus on what's beautiful. Because I just choose what's beautiful. I focus on this is a dream and I have the blessed fucking ability to be in a body to live it. I'm alive. I have breath. Appreciate it. There's nothing else to be joyful for. I do not need anything. Like, there's nothing you need to find joy. Joy is in your heart as long as you choose joy. Pleasures bring temporary happiness. Like buying something to feel better about yourself is a temporary happiness. Okay? It's a temporary happiness, temporary pleasure. Right? I'm not saying don't buy things. Okay, it's still good. It makes you feel good. It's part of your dream. Like whatever the fuck you want. Like buy what you want. But what I'm saying is you do not need to buy anything. You do not need to have anything. You do not need to have the bigger house. You do not need to have more cars or a new car. Okay, I fell into all this nonsense when I was getting into trading and I started to make money. I bought the house. I bought a nice house, lovely house in the countryside. But I was buying cars, spending money, spending all the nonsense, the high life. But I realized it's all temporary pleasures. It's all temporary pleasures. They don't last. And that's not what you want. You're just wasting money on shit that don't last. When you do not need money to have joy. Joy is your given birthright. So that's why you could find joy right away when you was a kid. When you were 3 or 4 years old, 5 years old. You just woke up full of joy. That's what I do now. I'm just living like I was 4 or 5 years old. I just forgot about all the nonsense I learned over 40 years. I'm 44 years old now, but I live like a 4-year-old. I have the intelligence of a 4-year-old. That's why I'm happy. I'm not smart. I'm happy. I'm intelligent because I gave up all the nonsense. All the bullshit that was fed to me. And that's all you gotta do. You forget what you fucking know. If it ain't made you happy and it's making you miserable, it's not worth knowing, as far as I'm concerned. Right? Okay, so let's see if we had some questions there. I think we did. My whole life. Thank you very much for joining in. Someone from Turkey. My book, yeah, if you have Kindle Unlimited, yes, you can read it free. Live the Dream. It's $4.99 on Kindle. But it is free if you have Kindle Unlimited. Thank you very much, Queen BB. But the most important thing is, this is why I made it short, my book. 80 pages, but I made it practical. Like the Jungian archetypes, I'm being a bit of a rebel today. Okay, I like playing the rebel. And that's the one a lot of people don't like, but I love it. Because the rebel, people don't like rebels because they're outlaws. The rebel is one of the 12 Jungian archetypes in my book. So the 12 Jungian archetypes, which I say, because when you know this is a dream, it's got to be really fun, right? And to make it really fun, why not play some really cool characters? So the 12 Jungian archetypes are basically unconscious archetypes. As I said, everything is unconscious and unconscious mindset. But when you take on an archetype, what happens is you take on the characteristics of those archetypes unconsciously. So you don't have to consciously try. That's the beauty of it. It's fucking magical. It's fucking magical if you understand the archetypes. Right? Through the metaphors of the archetypes, we unconsciously develop the beliefs of what a human being is, and what life is, and what is in harmony with human nature, and use those beliefs to imagine our future and to ask ourselves how we can feel deeply alive and successful in that future. So the Jungian archetypes: number 1, ruler; 2, the creator; 3, the sage; 4, the innocent; 5, the explorer; 6, the rebel outlaw; 7, the hero; 8, the wizard, the magician. So when I do my Qigong, because I'm manipulating energy with my hands, I'm the wizard, I'm the magician. Because it's powerful. Like when you know how to manipulate energy with your fucking hands, you are a magician. Trust me. If you're not doing the Qigong yet, the commotion Qigong or any Qigong, you're missing out, man. 9, jester, right? You got to be funny. Someone said it the other day on my live, right? What about laughing? Like, laugh, man. Like, I'm always having a joke and laugh. Like on my stories, if you don't watch my stories, now if you proper Live the Dreamers, you follow my stories and I follow your stories, because that's what it's all about. We're vibing together as Live the Dreamers. Like, this is the community that we're creating. Like the Live the Dreamer community. Like, some people are going to join us, some people ain't, but we're going to be the light of this world. You know that. We're going to be the light of this world. You either choose to become the light of this world and join us, you find your own vibe tribe. Like, it's not for everyone, okay? But the right people will join our vibe, will join our tribe, and we're going to be lighting up the fucking world. It's a magical time to be alive. But get the concept, live it. It's fucking beautiful, man. It's just beautiful, right? 10 is everyman. 10 is everyman. 11 is the lover. 12 is the caregiver. So 10, everyman, like, you got to fit in. Like, people don't worry about if you got a job, for example. That's where you become the everyman. Like, sometimes you got to fit in with the rest of society that hasn't woken up. And that's where everyman is just fitting in. Like, I have to do it all the time. Just where you just be humble, right? Be a bit more normal. Try to fit in. I don't fit in when I'm myself, because I'm not like anybody else. I'm not like a lot of people. I'm very different, very unique. And everyone is. Everyone is unique. Be you. Be beautiful. Be unique. 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 You, not me. Unique. Be unique. It's got you in it. Right? Uniqueness has you in it. You. Be beautiful. Beautiful. Beauty has you in it. The word you in it. Because it's you that's beautiful. It's you that is unique. And you need to express that. Not giving a fuck what anybody else thinks. As long as you ain't hurting anyone, express yourself. I'm only loving people. I'm not hurting people. Now, some people will get hurt by the truths that I share. But that's the truth. Peel that. That's the beauty. That's the unfortunate thing about the real truth. People ain't ready to hear it. Generally because they're too miserable or they're vibing too low. So it's like, I can't be vibing that high. It's too fucking happy. Right? That's what people are going to be like. Some people are going to be like, there's too much energy, too happy, too joyful. I can't be doing that. I need to stay miserable. Fuck them people. Right? Fuck those that are addicted to misery and low vibration. Fuck them. We do not need them. Live the dreamers. We do not need them in our life, in our dream, fucking it up for us. We do not need them. If we can't help them, let them go. Right? Let them go. So, Rebel 6. Okay, so in the back of my book, the archetypes, I speak about, the appendix, right? So I go into all of the archetypes in detail. I explain the motto for every archetype, the core desire for every archetype, the goal for every archetype, the greatest fear for every archetype, the strategy for every archetype, the weakness for every archetype, the talent for every archetype, etc. So, for example, the hero, the motto is where there's a will, there's a way. So when I know I'm going to play the hero, because I normally pick 2 characters per day to play. So I'll say, look, today I want to be a hero, today I want to be a jester, or today I want to be the outlaw, and today I want to be an explorer, right? So today, you know, after a while, you're going to play a combination of all these characters because you embody all of them. Okay, but they all are in you already. You're playing them anyway. But what you're doing is you're taking conscious control of the character you're playing on that day. And what this does, it makes life very, very magical and beautiful, because every day I like change. I like to experience different things. So, like, I sometimes don't want to feel the same every day. So some days I want to feel a bit more relaxed and less energy. So I might be everyman, fit in. I might focus on being the caregiver, right? Caregiver motto is love your neighbor as yourself. Okay, this is what I'm doing now. So I'm being a caregiver and a rebel today. Okay, so the rebel motto, rules are made to be broken. That's what I've been talking about. Being out the box, breaking rules, being different, being unique, and not giving a fuck what anybody else says. Core desire, revenge or revolution. I'm creating a revolution, absolutely. And I ain't gonna let anyone stop me, because I'm doing it for God and I'm doing it for me. Goal, to overturn what isn't working. Greatest fear, to be powerless or ineffectual. Strategy is to disrupt, destroy or shock. So that's what I'm doing. I'm disrupting and destroying your thought patterns. What you might have, some people are going to be, this is what triggers some people, because when people ain't ready, they get triggered. Right? People have heard of the word trigger. And we will get triggered when we're awakening. Even it's happened to me. I get less and less triggered now because not many things trigger me. I can notice when someone's trying to trigger me, because that happens intentionally sometimes. But you just don't let it. Okay? And if it triggers you, you're only going to learn the lesson you're supposed to learn anyways. Triggers are meant to happen. So if you get triggered, like a lot of people come on my page, they get triggered. They will hate me for it, but their soul will love me for it. So the limited self will hate me for it, but their soul will love me for it. So they will learn the lesson after. So I do it out of love, but they're going to hate me for it. All right? It's funny world, right? So weakness, crossing over to the dark side or crime. Okay, so that's a weakness of being a rebel outlaw, because you don't want to go so outlaw or rebel that you're breaking the law and fucking end up in jail, right? So you got to have that's why it's important to know the weaknesses. That's why they're in the book too. Because if you don't know the weaknesses, like you don't want to go to the dark side being a rebel. Like you don't want to, like, the rebel is not a bad thing. It's just being unique, being you unapologetically, not giving a fuck. Because when you give a fuck, you limit yourself and you doubt yourself and you fear. So not giving a fuck is not a bad thing. That's how you express yourself unapologetically. This is what I'm doing. This is why I just express who I am. I'm not trying to be anyone else. I'm not trying to please anyone. I'm just being me. Okay? And people either love it or they hate it. That's what happens. Talent for the rebel is outrageousness and radical freedom. Right? The outlaw is also known as the rebel, revolutionary, wild man. Right? A lot of people see me as a wild man. The misfit. Okay? Definitely a misfit, because I do not fit with the rest of society. Right? So these are the characteristics. I love playing these characters. And I am all of them. I just focus on being 2 of them every day. So the caregiver. It's another one I'm playing today. Love your neighbor as yourself. I'm doing the live, right? That's what I do my lives. I share information and share knowledge and wisdom and truth. Because it's sharing the truth. Core desire, to protect and care for others. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be here. It's as simple as that. Right? Goal, to help others. It's the only reason I'm here today. Greatest fear, selfishness, ingratitude. Okay, greatest fear. Strategy, doing things for others. Like, I'm not doing this live really for me. I'm not teaching me, I'm teaching you. Okay, saying that, I do learn from my lives because I watch them back afterwards. Firstly, to make sure that they turned out okay in the recording, because sometimes the audio goes out of sync. I'm actually using my old Samsung here because it isn't going out of sync, I found, as with my last video. So since I've got my new S22 Ultra, the video is supposed to have a better camera, it's going out of sync. The caregiver. Strategy, I've done that. Weakness is martyrdom and being exploited, right? So some people get exploited, right? When they become the caregiver, like where some people are blowing themselves up, for example, for their religion, stupid nonsense like that. Right? That's a weakness. That's when it becomes a weakness. Talent, compassion, generosity, right? Compassion, generosity. The caregiver is also known as the saint, the parent, the helper, or the supporter, right? What about the hero? Because I love playing the hero. My page is, I'm a hero. I'm a superhero in my world, in my life, and for many others. Some people see the superhero and some people just see a dickhead, right? So we do not care about those people that think you're a dickhead as long as you know you're a superhero, okay? Because remember, you're both Clark Kent and Superman at the same time. You're Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Like Superman doesn't walk around Superman all day long. He plays Clark Kent. So this is why when you're in the dream world, these are metaphors. The divine left all these. Why are there so many superhero movies? Because you're all fucking superheroes. Every single one of you. I'm a superhero. It's not ego. I know God has expressed his spirit through me to live this life as a dream. And so he has with every single one of you. You either choose to believe that and live it, or you stay in misery. It's that simple. That's the only two choices you get. You either accept that God gave you life, and that life only comes through God's spirit. You didn't make the business plan to be alive. You're not making a business plan to leave this world. God's doing that. So God's already given the gift, and the pendulum is swinging. So you can either waste time and keep forgetting to live your dream every day, because even those reading this book, you will lose yourself in the matrix again, because people will try to pull you away from it. So this is why I'm doing these lives, and I keep sharing the stuff on my page, because for those that are trying to live the dream, it takes time and effort initially, okay, to get into that mindset, to really start making it your natural way of living. But when it does, it's very magical. So please do not give up. Please do not give up. Keep reading. Like, this is why I made the book short, so you can pick it up, and it has to be like a Bible, right? Read the concepts, right? There's 61 topics there, right? Just find the one. So if you read it all, which you probably can in 2 days, right? Or a day, some of you have. Just pick up the book, look through the contents page. There's one on meditation. Go to page 33. There's one on pick yourself up. Go to page 38. So whichever one resonates with you on that day, pick it up first thing in the morning. Just read 2 or 3 chapters to get re-engaged with the concepts. Because the matrix world and the illusion will keep taking you away from the truth. So we can't afford that, because pendulum is swinging. Time is running out for everyone. Time is the most precious commodity in this world, not money. Time. In this illusion, time is the only thing that matters, because that's the thing that's running out. Money you can make, energy is there in abundance. Energy we manage, time we just have to use. Because you can't create more time. You can slow it down with the concepts that I talk about. You can slow down time so that you feel like you have more time in the day. So every day becomes longer. It naturally does anyway when you see it as a dream and you start waking up early anyway. Because you're starting your day earlier, and you also starting it like a child, full of joy in your heart. Remember, you don't need anything to be full of joy. You should wake up and know. So do the breath work first thing in the morning. Connect with that energy, because that energy will help you remember. From the breath work will help you remember who the fuck you are when you get taken away from it, right? So that's it. The joy is in your heart. Remember, on your deathbed, you're not taking your money in your bank account with you. The only thing that's going to matter, like the Anubis scale, right? The Anubis scale, right? The god Anubis, Egyptian god. There's the scales, right? Got a heart and a feather. If your heart is not full of love and heavier than the feather, you'll come back again. It's just as simple as that. But to live this life to the fullest and progress to the next higher dimensions, because there's dimensions, we're just progressing. The third dimension is the lowest vibrational environment, experience, dream world, just illusion. But you're only here to learn that you're in a dream. Just like when you have a dream at night time, you can realize you're in a dream and then wake up from it. That's all that you're doing here. So you're realizing you're in the dream and then waking up from it, but then you're staying in the dream to live it better. That's all I'm doing. It's fucking joy. It is joy. There is no better joy. There is no happiness to gain from anything else. There's no pleasure to be gained from anyone or anything outside of you. You just need to wake up full of joy every morning. Understand you're the dreamer of the dream. Right? When you understand you're the dreamer of the dream, you start co-creating in this world. Look around you in this world. Apart from God's creation, nature, the beaches, the country parks, the trees, the gardens, everything. Everything else is man created. Co-creators. Like the phone I'm on now. Man created that. So there's God's world. God's creation is natural. That's the natural world. We need to connect with that because it's naturally vibrating higher. So this is why I say get with nature. Connect with nature. Ground, earth. Right? I'm connecting with that because it's vibrating higher. Being stuck in a solid building all day long is vibrating low. A concrete building, you're not going to be vibrating higher. That's why you got to get moving, because your cells have got to be vibrating. And your cells, the vibrating high is not just to fucking vibe high and feel good. Get what it means. Your cells need to be vibrating higher. Your cells are moving. And if they're not moving, like if you're a fucking lazy motherfucker sitting on your ass all day, not moving, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be depressed. And that's a choice. You chose to be lazy bastard. It's the truth. As I said, like when I speak like that, people are going to hate you or they're going to love you. Right? And some people will trigger because they know that's them. They know if you're getting triggered, you know you're the lazy bastard. Right? So, you got to get moving. Get that energy flowing. Breath, prana. Prana is not only in the inhale, it's in the exhale. Prana is life force energy. Chi. This is why I do breath work and Qi Gong, because that's life force energy. Connect with the life force energy and you realize it's there in abundance. This is why I have so much energy. From breath and movement, not food. Right? From breath and movement. Yes, you need food. Yes, you need nutrition. It's important. But breath, movement is so fucking important. So important. So when you take that full breath through the Sushumna channel, when it travels through that channel, all your 7 chakras will spin. And if they're not spinning, you're not going to feel that energy flowing. The vortex of energy has to flow from the root chakra through the top of the head and flow out. So this is why first thing in the morning, get up, do the KAMBO breath work. Know you're the dream of the dream and this is your dream. Don't let anyone take you away from it. Wake up, know you're the dream of the dream, do the breath work, go back to being 5 years old, forget about everything else you fucking know that's holding you back, and live like a child, full of joy. Live like a child, full of joy. A child needs nothing to have joy. As you become adults, you become conditioned to believe you need something outside of you to have joy. That's only because the system fucking taught you that nonsense. They made you believe you need to work hard to get happiness, have things to get happiness. Bullshit. Do not need fucking anything to be happy. Nothing. Just need you, your breath, your body, ability to move, ability to love. That's it. Love yourself, love others, let the magic unfold. Much love, my friends. Joy is in your heart. Bring it out. Express it. Don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. Love you all.